Fight Club 25, we in here, man. Andy Ruiz Jr. made some comments recently about Joseph Parker's performance against Carlos Takam. He said that he didn't look good in that fight. And to my surprise, Joseph Parker agreed and said that he looked like rubbish in that fight. Those were the words of Joseph Parker. He said that it was rubbish. And this is interesting, man. I want to speak about this. First, let me shout out my subscriber, Mala2243, for hitting me with the article, you dig? Let me get into this, man. If Andy Ruiz Jr. believes that Carlos Takam laid down the blueprint on how to beat Joseph Parker, he's going to be in for a rude awakening, man. I'm pretty sure, I'm sure I can say this with confidence, Joseph Parker will not be the same guy that we seen in the Carlos Takam fight. That just will not be the case. And then you have to factor in this. Andy Ruiz Jr.'s camp has been centered around him cutting weight and getting into fighting shape. So with all this weight loss and all of this cutting, depleting your body of nutrients and you know, just having that low energy and having to push through that, because I know how it is when you're cutting weight and you're dieting down and you have to you have to fight through that. This is gonna take a toll on his punching power, his punch resistance, and so on and so on, because Carlos Takam was charging and coming forward on Joseph Parker, and if Andy Ruiz Jr. believes that that will work for him, it might end by stoppage, man. I'm gonna be real with you. It might end by stoppage. And if you think about what I'm saying, it makes perfect sense, man. Andy Ruiz Jr. Has lost a substantial amount of weight. Parker's already in peak shape. He's comfortable. They've had time to just concentrate on his skill set, because the guy's in shape year round. He's had 5 fights already, man. So all Parker's been doing is developing his skill set. The Carlos Takam fight, I'll admit he had his flaws in that fight. I'll be the first one to admit it. But I mean, he showed that he had heart, man. He dug deep. He showed that he could fight going backwards. I mean, his flaws was one of them, in my opinion. You know, he was fighting in a straight line. He didn't use any angles. That was one. He was keeping himself open, dropping his hands, leaving himself open and vulnerable to attacks. And he seemed to gas in the mid rounds in that fight, man. So his stamina came into question in that fight as well. But like I said, I'm sure that they have worked diligently on improving on those flaws, man. And Andy Ruiz Jr. is going to have his hands full. I believe that Joseph Parker may just win this by stoppage, man. This isn't my official prediction, but I'm just paying close attention to the way things are developing. And I see Joseph Parker getting this W, man. But anyway, that's my thoughts on that. Fight Club 25. Subscribe.